Hey everyone, welcome to part 29 of my WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth Let's Play. We're finally into the final week of December, and then we're going to be getting into the Armageddon pay-per-view, so you will see a Hell in a Cell match this part, and I will explain more about that when we get to it. First off, though, it looks like I doesn't have a match, or it looks like I don't have a match, I should say. Sorry, my English is apparently going. But we should know by now that that is very likely to change. There's very few weeks where you go without having to play a match. In fact, it's to the point where you think, oh, this is a nice little break. I don't mind not having to do anything this week. Anyway, Vince has now announced who's going to be on his side of the match. That, of course, being myself, Chris Jericho, the champion, and The Rock, because you got to have a match called in there. Or you got to have The Rock in a match this big. Jeez, I'm stumbling all over my words tonight. Sorry, guys. But anyway, as Ric Flair is now announced, it's going to be a six-man Hell in a Cell, which is the Armageddon Hell in a Cell, aptly named. Oh, look, my dog is coming back in. Please get out of the kitchen while I'm doing this. Oh, jeez, I lost my train of thought there completely. But, oh yes, I found Maven today. During this part. One of the reasons I like meeting Maven here is that you give a nice sarcastic answer of nice eyebrows. He just tells you off for it. You don't really do anything. Nothing happens. You just get on with the night and you get into your match. You don't get into a match with Maven or a fight with Maven or anything like that. You just move on into your match that night, which I kind of wasn't paying attention to what it was. So we're going to see right now. Yes, I'm taking on Austin for the umpteenth time. It does start to get repetitive in these games when you get to the higher level, because you're only facing higher level superstars. So you're always going to be facing The Rock, Undertaker, Steve Austin. There's a couple other guys I want to say, but I can't because I'd be spoiling them. So, today I wanted to talk about something I was thinking of, and it has to do with YouTube videos and how YouTubers say at the end of their videos to like or subscribe or to share. Stuff like that. And, the reason I came up with this was because when I was looking at my YouTube channel after uploading a video, I don't get a lot of views. It kind of sucks, because I would love to do this and get views. I want people to watch my content, obviously. Well, what YouTube suggests is to let people know to like, share, and subscribe. To remind them, I guess. And I always felt that was kind of a cheap way to do things. Like, I heard another YouTuber say this best, but it's just like a cheap plug. It doesn't... If people want to like something, or to subscribe to something, or to favorite or share, they will. And you want people to do that. But you don't want to keep begging them to. You don't want to pander to them. You almost come off as needy. And that's part of the reason why I don't do it. Another part is because I just don't think to do it. But the main reason is that I don't want to do it. I don't want to come off that way. I want people to just like my stuff. And I wouldn't mind if I just had a small fan base. Like, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of hundred views on a video. But getting on some videos I have 0 views. And some, the most I get is like 5. It's kind of disheartening. I've definitely improved from where I started. I'll toot my own horn and say that. But I definitely have room for improvement. And, part of it's because of the program I have to edit videos on for when I'm capturing off my PS2 or anything else. And part of it's just because the Let's Play market is just... the Let's Play market, I'll call it that, is just so oversaturated right now to begin with. It's hard to get into. People don't accept newcomers. I can't advertise for this anywhere because people are just going to call me out for it. They'll just say, oh, it's another Let's Player, it's an automatic dislike. And I don't know how the like and dislike system works. I know more liked videos are obviously shown more, and I don't know how the disliked ones are if they're shown less. I find that kind of unfair, actually. I mean, they should just do it like Facebook does things. You can like things or you can't like things. I don't mind rating up comments. I mean, the comment system is already ridiculous on YouTube to begin with, but the way they do the videos, I don't think it's really fair, because, you know, there are Let's Players out there who, like me, are getting a start, and they're good, but people don't accept new Let's Players all that well, and they just get automatically disliked just because, oh, it's a Let's Play, ew. And it's a shame, because you get some really good content makers out there who just want to play games, and they just want to have other people watch them play games. I've always wanted that. I've always wanted a fan base just to communicate with them. That's the thing. And I mean, on my music videos, the ones where I play music, I have thousands of views on some of those, but very little comments. And in some cases, not too many likes. I know people weren't too fond of my vocal cover of Lola Montez. I guess part of that is because of camera quality. I guess part of that's just because my voice isn't cut out for a singing voice. I can keep in tone well, but you know, I'm just one of those guys who doesn't sing well. But on the other hand, I had a friend tell me that a lot of people don't have a voice for singing, but they're doing just fine. And I just thought, yeah, you know, you're right. Dave Mustaine has a horrible singing voice, and he's fronting one of the biggest metal bands of all time. Granted, Megadeth could be doing better these days. I wasn't a big fan of Super Collider at all. I'd even go as far as to call it their worst album. I did not like Super Collider. And I mean, I even liked Risk. I have a very open mind when it comes to music and stuff like that. What people usually call bad, I will give a listen and I'll say, yeah, it's different, but I wouldn't call it bad. It's not to say Risk doesn't have some bad songs on it. I mean, songs like Wanderlust isn't so good. Crush 'Em, it's okay for a while. But then there's some really good songs on there, like Time the Beginning, and I got that other song. It's in my head. I'll Be There. I really like The Doctor's Calling. Seven is a good song. Ecstasy's pretty good. There's a lot of good stuff on those albums. People think it's different, so they automatically write it off. Same thing happens with Metallica. Oh god, Metallica. People really can't get into the whole load and reload thing, and it's like, I don't know about Load. I didn't like it too much. I thought it was a big filler album, but I love Reload. I think Reload is one of their best albums. I mean, top 3 for me, for sure. For me, it's Master of Puppets and Justice for All, Reload. And you know, that's saying something. Reload comes above other classics that people would chastise me for not putting up there above it, like Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and maybe even the Black Album. It's not to say I don't like Kill 'Em All or Ride the Lightning or the Black Album or Death Magnetic. I mean, I like all of Metallica's albums, even Saint Anger a little bit. It's not my favorite. I mean, it could have been done better, but I'm getting off hand here. The point is, I think Reload's a great album. I think people just don't give things a chance, and they should. I mean, I've gone off on about 50 different tangents here, talking about my music videos and all that. Point is, I think my point is, in the end, people should give Let's Players a chance. I mean, watch something, and not just a few minutes of something. Watch a full part. See if you like what that guy has to say. See what kind of constructive criticism you can give that guy. Or a girl. I mean, it could be a girl. Not that girls have many problems getting views. They just have to show their tits, and all the nerds get right on that. Give Let's Players a chance before automatically writing them off. Especially if they're like me and not doing it for profit. They're just doing it for fun. Because usually these are the most genuine guys you can run into. I'm not saying I am. You have to be the judge of that. I can't say that I'm a genuine person because, you know, that's not fair. It's just not. You guys have to be the judge of that. But, you know, let's get off this kind of somewhat depressing, somewhat serious topic. Let's look at the game here. Hell in a Cell. It's a big cage around the ring, with space in between the cage and the ring, unlike the traditional cage match that just fits around the ring. In the Hell in a Cell match, the way to win is you have to pin your opponent or make them submit. And you can do this anywhere. It could be in the ring, it could be on the ground outside the ring, it could be outside the cell. Yeah, you can get out of it, there's a door. It can be on top of the cell. I really wanted to show getting out of the cell and getting on top, but in the 6-man match, it's really tough to do so without someone else pinning someone or someone else making someone submit. There are no weapons in this match. You can't get chairs, you can't get sledgehammers or anything. That's something they fixed in later games, something they gladly fixed in later games, I should say. I mean, people always want to come back to this type of Hell in a Cell, and I'm like, the Hell in a Cell is fun to play in the new games. I mean, I would rather play the Hell in a Cell in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 onward. Anyway, I think I've said this before, but I was trying not to win the WWE title. For a while. You know, like trying to keep it so I'm building things up. Well, I accidentally made someone submit. They gave up a lot quicker than I thought they would. So here I am, holding the title. I did not mean to win this, but you know, I'm a champion now. But I made it work in a storyline. In the storyline in the game, not anything in my head. I mean, this all... If you think about it a minute, it all makes sense. But, you know, I will reveal more when we get to it. Because there's a big reveal coming up here. And, spoilers, the way I treat it is that I treat it as myself as a transitional champion. Meaning that I'm just holding the belt so someone else can take it. Who is that someone else, you might ask? Well, we're going to find out very soon here. Ric Flair's about to show him it right now. First, he's going to congratulate me, obviously sarcastically. He says, we've all received a Christmas present today. The game is back. The game, of course, Triple H. At around this time, Triple H was out with his quad injury, which kept him out for, I don't know, what was it, like 8 months? It kept him out for a long time. That's the point. And then he returned. I can't remember if he was exactly on Armageddon or not. It might have been shortly after or something. But he came out, and it was basically, he is coming for the championship. He's coming to win the Royal Rumble and get the title. And, you know, as goofy as Triple H's face and model look in this game, I will admit that that was always one of my favorite looks for him. I love the leather jacket with the ripped jean vest over top of it. The jeans. He looked awesome. He looked so badass. I can't put it into any other words. He just looked amazing. Also, about his entrance in this game, a lot of the games had the problem by just playing his entrance music so it never lined up. In this game, they edited the music. So, as it cuts, like as the entrance cuts, because they don't have full entrances, the music cuts as well. So when it gets to the point when he's standing on the ring apron and he's getting ready to blow the water out of his mouth, the music lines up as it's supposed to, as you would see it on TV. Anyway, does he have any words? Yeah, he's the game. Let's see what he has to say to me as the new champ. Yeah, he's back. I'm pretty sure these were the exact words that he said. And that he would be in the Royal Rumble, knocks out the champ. It all lines up just as it did in real life. I've told you guys how I don't really like that, and I don't really like it here. But it doesn't happen often enough in SmackDown Shut Your Mouth to get like, I'm just replaying history. So I don't mind it so much. I mean, once in a little while, doesn't matter. But hey, Triple H is back. He's supposedly entering the Royal Rumble, and that's one of the reasons I didn't want to win the title. I wanted to show you guys what the Royal Rumble was like. But it's a 2-year story. Anyway, if you win the WWE title, you get to pick one of those 2 videos as well as your other prize. The 2 videos are just AMVs you can watch, nothing special about them. But anyway, that's going to be the part of this before the Royal Rumble, or before January in the Royal Rumble, I should say. And oh yeah, you unlock theater mode as soon as you get one of those videos too. That's where you go and view them.